So NFL and HBO recently announced that the team that is going to be participating in this year's preseason Hard Knocks show is the Chicago Bears.
Mm.
There are two things we know of the NFL. And at least when it comes down to appearance, it's two things. It's a few things we know. In at least they appear to be a thing. I'm not going to say it's guaranteed, but it appears to be a thing. When it comes down to the Madden cover, who is Christian McCaffrey, ironically this year just got announced, and appearing on Hard Knocks at any point in the season, it's a problem for most people.
Right,
it's a problem. So, just to put context to this, in the last, I want to say 10 or 11 years, only 4 teams have made the playoffs in 11 seasons. Only 4 teams have had a winning record since 2013. So that's concerning. Just off the strength of the percentages, right?
Right.
So Coach Curry, do you think that the Bears will be cursed by the Hard Knocks bug, or will they find a way to overcome it?
Great question. I would turn and say, what is cursed? You're looking at this team and what they've come off of. I think they've been cursed since Lovie Smith. I think they're paying for the Lovie Smith curse. And this may be a negative plus a negative equals a positive situation because of that. But honestly, I don't think it will. I don't think it will impact them. I think this would be a great moment to show the team, to give more context to who Caleb is, to see the bond that Caleb and Rome have, and the developing bond that Caleb and DJ and Keenan will have. So I think this will do for Chicago what Hard Knocks. I think Hard Knocks was there for Detroit. Were they there for Detroit?
They were, and I'm gonna put a graphic up for you. When Detroit was on there, they were 8-9, and they did not make the playoffs in 2022.
But what it did do was have people start to cheer for Detroit because we saw the culture change.
Okay.
And we saw what Dan Campbell was looking to do and the why behind what he was doing. So that's why I said, what's the context of curse? Because do I think that Chicago is going to make the playoffs this year? No. But do I think that they can drastically change their fortune? Yes. Because this is probably the first time since I can remember that the Bears have a quarterback that, one, we know, and two, is talented enough to be successful in Chicago. Because when I tested myself on name 5 Chicago Bear quarterbacks, well, I got to 4.
Okay. Well, no, Justin, Rex,
Jim McMahon,
Justin, Rex, Jay, and I got 4.
So actually, now that you said, I got 5.
Okay.
I got Jim McMahon.
Okay.
Mitch Trubisky.
I forgot about Mitch
Trubisky.
Yep. Yeah.
Justin Fields, Rex Grossman, and now Caleb. That's the 5.
Well, Caleb will make my 5. So Mitch Trubisky, Justin Fields, Jay Cutler, Jim McMahon, and
Rex Grossman.
So I got 5. I got 5. Barely.
It was tough.
But Jim McMahon was in 85, so that tells you how long.
See how far back we got to go?
Exactly.
And the only reason we remember him is because he won the Super Bowl, and they always talk. I can't tell you what Jim McMahon did before or after the 85.
Oh, listen, when I say that Walter Payton and that defense was the reason why they won the Super Bowl. It wasn't because of Jim McMahon.
Yes. But no, I think Chicago. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be enlightening, and I think Hard Knocks has also switched too. I think now it's more encouraging for teams, even though teams kind of shy away from it. I think it does more to draw people to start to root for certain people on the team, and they've done a good job of switching some of the narrative and the way they do their storytelling to really get you to connect with certain players on the team. And they've done well with that. And I think coming out of this, you're going to become a favorite of Rome, very hardworking young man. I think he's what's the word? He's ready made for TV. I think Caleb is ready made for TV. Okay. I think we're going to see a couple other players that blossom and come to the forefront of people that you root for more. I just think that where Chicago stands right now, we're not expecting for them to be the Chiefs barn burners to make it to the playoffs. Not this year. I think they're about a year away from having firepower enough that you got to pay attention, because I tell you what, when you go back and study the trade that happened, you may put the trade down as one of the second greatest trade in the NFL, but behind number one far and away is Herschel Walker trade. That's a trade that you
ever going to surpass that one. Yeah,
you put that. Yeah. That's like one of those. You put that off by itself.
That's my Rushmore level. Yeah.
That's Mount Rushmore. But after that, when you look at the players received and the capital that they got and who they received, who they were able to flip those picks for.
Yeah. I mean, definitely got the players. They definitely got the players, but I got questions other places.
It's very telling that when you put this graphic up here, what is it? Outside the 13 Bengals and Rams Cowboys, losing records for everybody else.
Now the Bengals, the 9-7 Texans in 2015.
Oh yeah,
and then the Rams and the Cowboys in back-to-back years, they've had winning seasons. But the generalization of the curse is that you don't have a winning season in that season that you're on it. That's the curse. And and it's certain situations where people have expectations of making the playoffs and they just kind of fall on their face.
Yep.
Like the 2023 Jets. I mean, hell, they were on it, and guess what? Aaron popped his Achilles first game. So that whole thing. But don't wish that on the Bears, obviously. But
no,
for my money, I have a completely different take. And hear me out, because I don't like it. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. No,
I know it's a business, and somebody has to do it.
Yes.
But Caleb having the pressure of being the number 1 overall pick, all the hype surrounding him. He's supposed to be a generational quarterback. I mean, they're comparing him to Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback to come out of the draft since Patrick Mahomes. And I see all the haters out there. I see you just waiting in the wings.
I see y'all. I see
all the haters out there. You just waiting in the wings, hoping he fails. I see all the birds out there just hanging on a tree branch, just waiting to laugh if he stumbles. I see y'all.
Yeah.
I see y'all. But I'm on record as saying many times over that I do not like the hair coach. I don't.
Yeah, we're in agreement there.
And I'm lukewarm on the OC. Okay, all right. Let me be honest. I am room temperature on the OC. I'm not sure.
Warm Jello.
If he moved, I don't like the move either. To be honest with you, I think they could have did better. But all those roadblocks in front of you, and you throw the microscope of Hard Knocks on this powder keg, I think you're setting yourself up for failure. I really do. Which for me could be a blessing in disguise, and it could play into your long-term plan, but it might involve Eberflus being out the door faster than the end of the season, and then finding a better coach to build around Caleb sooner than later. Okay. So it might all work out in the end, and it might be a silver lining, kind of like with the different Lions. It didn't work out that season, but 2 years after that, they were very good.
Yeah.
So it could be that, but for this season, I really think that it could hamper them even more so with just having those eyes on them. Because I really think that unless teams are really truly buttoned up, and we see only 4 teams that have really been as successful on that list. I really don't believe that you're going to, unless you have some serious cachet behind you to overcome this pseudo curse that Hard Knock brings. I don't think that it's going to bode well for the Bears. I just think it's too much more added pressure. They just need to fly under the radar. Build chemistry with the guys on the field, and just tolerate Eberflus until Ryan Poles decides to get rid of him. That's where it lands for me personally. I don't like it. I think it's too much. It's too much at one time.
Okay.
Too much one time because the expectations and the eyes are already there, and you're going to add more to them, and the distractions of the Hard Knocks cameras to that. I don't like the combination, to be honest with you.
Got you.
So that's where it sits for me. But hopefully I'm wrong. you know, and hopefully that Caleb can be one of those people that can overcome it all, and it just doesn't matter. He can overcome the coach. He can overcome the scrutiny, the criticism, and the eyes on him, and just go out there and ball out. But you know, you just if you don't have to pull gasoline on the fire because it's already burning, you don't, you know, there's no need. Leave capital. You okay? It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. You don't need to add any more to it. It's fine. So that's where it lands for me. So turning our attention from one polarizing topic to another, let's talk about, you know, again, to get past this curse situation. You know, hopefully that Montez Sweat as well can help that in that defense. I want to point it out before we move on. Their defense is actually pretty solid if you look at it from a pound for pound perspective. Now they're still lacking maybe one more edge rusher, but outside of that, they're solid. Their interior D line is solid. They got one solid edge rusher. They got great linebackers. They got great corners, and they got great safeties. So if nothing else, Eberflus should be in his bag this year and be able to have a top level defense to compete in that division. If nothing else. If nothing else.